Tell them what time it is.
It's time for the Listen Up Report with Lady Sola!
Celebrity gossip, pop culture, movies, music, entertainment.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
You are now tuned in to the Listen Up Report with Lady Sola.
Should Nicki respond? Should she not respond? This is my take on it. This is a very tough question. No matter how you slice it, no matter how you look at it, I feel like it might be a lose-lose situation, whether she decides to respond or not. Here's why. If she does respond, it's a guarantee that Remy will respond again. I can feel it in my bones. I can just feel it in my spirit. If Nicki comes with a hard diss, which I don't think is impossible. I believe in Nicki. I think she has it in her. We need not to forget how Nicki started. Before all the pop-ish came about, she was rapping too. Like, she might not be as a natural rapper, a battle rapper, or a bit major freestyler like Remy is, but now she can write. She can pen some stuff. She's done that throughout her whole career. Of course, she's had some help here and there, but she's definitely held a lot of her verses down by herself. So that's not a question. But the issue with this whole beef saga now is that Remy will come back again. I think she might have already mentioned that she will come, she's going to do a follow-up diss. She's going to drop it in early March. I don't know. She's waiting for Nicki's response before she does that. But I just know she will come again with something even crazier. Like, even though we're like, oh my gosh, they're like, there's no coming back from that. How could anybody top that? How could Remy do it again? Like, she will do it again. I don't know what she's going to say this time around. I don't know what tricks she's going to pull out the bag, but best believe she will come again. And that's kind of the downside to all of this mess. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, yeah, Nicki can put her blood, sweat, and tears and go on a spiritual journey and all this and pray and come out with a diss record that surprises everybody and kind of, has people back on her side, and now it's a war going on. But the problem is it will continue. And the issue with that is I don't think Nicki has enough in her to respond again. So then it's just this whole thing of, okay, she goes through hell and high water to put out the response, and she's still gonna lose at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So it's like, it will just be an ongoing back-to-back with no end in sight. We all know Remy can clap back with her eyes closed. So I just, it's tough. It really is. Now, if she doesn't respond, this is the other side to it. She will be seen as scary. Her value will go down dramatically, and she will lose a lot of respect from a lot of people, especially her fans. Right now, the state that we're in, including myself, her fans are waiting. They are patiently waiting. They're getting antsy. The Barbs are getting antsy. They're getting a little like, okay, like, I understand you're doing the whole unbothered character right now, and you're just kind of playing it cool, but you need to get your ass in that studio. Like, it's cute, you're doing your video with Future, you're at Paris Fashion Week or whatnot, and you looking bad like you always do, taking the ass shots in the bed. That's real cute. We know you look fine, you take nice pictures. We love that about you, Nicki. However, let us not stray from the issue at hand. Where that response at, though? Where it's at? So the fans were waiting. We're waiting with hope in our hearts, and we're hoping for the best. We're rooting for her, but the response needs to come, and this is why. If she doesn't respond, people will not take her seriously anymore. That will just be the finale to the whole thing. Like, okay, like, you've been claiming you're the queen of rap for who knows how long. You've won so many awards. You have plaques. You have, platinum records. You've been on the top of Billboard's charts time and time again. You have many collaborations. You've won many BET Awards, Grammy Awards, Music Choice Awards, American Music Awards. Like, we get it. But however, like, you got bodied. Like, the internet has turned against you. So if you decide to sit on your hands and cross your legs and close your eyes and pretend like you just live in your own little world, guess what? You will be isolated to that little world that you put yourself in. Because people will not acknowledge you anymore, Nicki. They will take you as a joke. Someone that's a laughingstock. That's what you will become. And then Remy will essentially have won the war, won the battle, and she will get to rightfully reclaim her title as the real queen of rap. And it will be a done deal. There's no coming back 3 years later. Oh, Nicki wants to start taking jabs again. Like, she's feeling in the right mood. She's feeling herself again. Like, she's feeling like she wants to buck or whatever. Like, it's just going to be like, no, sit down. Like, we're not here for it. Like, sit your ass down. Do you want to get bodied again for the umpteenth time? Like, don't meet this up. Like, just be quiet in your corner and just keep it moving. Like, nobody's going to have any sympathy for her. That's how I feel. They're going to be like, we don't take you seriously. Even if other rappers now want to come at Nicki, it's kind of like they have clout to do so. So that's my take on whether she does or does not respond. That's the lose-lose situation that can happen. All in all, in my personal opinion, I definitely think she should respond. I know this is a very difficult task. It may almost be impossible to accomplish, but you know, when you have God on your side, no job is too big. And Nicki, you know, she references her religion, her spirituality, God in a lot of things. I ain't gonna judge you if you get on your knees and pray about this, girl. You're gonna need to sprinkle some holy water on yourself. You know, you need to dig deep in the depths of your soul. You need to take all that makeup off, take off the wig, the fake lashes, put that pop image on hold. Nobody has time for that right now. We don't want to hear about Nicki, the mega superstar that's done, you know, American Idol and all these great things. Like, we don't care about that. You need to get your ass in the studio and go into full-fledged mixtape Nicki Minaj mode. That's it. Like, if you need to, you know what I mean, wear some regular clothes, you know, have your real hair out, no makeup, no nails, no eyelashes, and you just need to get in the studio and feel like Nicki from, you know, eight years ago, you know, I think that might not be a bad idea. So what she needs to do, if she is going to attempt to respond, which I do think she should do, she needs to zone out. You know, like I said, strip herself of everything, pray, have an open Bible around her. She needs that Bible, you know, for the grace that God can give her. She needs to have that around. And her strategy should be to basically do what Remy did. Dig up dirt on Remy. Even if it's old stuff. Even if it's like from her freaking teenage years, or maybe stuff that she heard about that she did in jail, or I don't know. She just needs to get petty. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of what Remy did. She needs to get petty, and she needs to transform those topics and facts and rumors into creative, good sounding bars. Because at the end of the day, if stuff sounds good, even if the news is fake or not, or even if it's not even like that juicy, but if she can deliver it the way that Nicki can deliver stuff, she might have a chance to survive this. She just might. So she needs to hit below the belt, get dirt on Remy, dirt that people either do know about or have forgotten about, or that people have never heard about. You know, she needs to deliver literally the best punchlines of her career. I'm talking bigger than Monster, you know, talking bigger than some of her biggest records that she's done. This needs to be her best work to date. That's just a given. And she also needs to make it a point to clearly state that she will respond once and only once. So this kind of creates that expectation for everybody that, hey, like, I went in, everybody thinks I did a good job. However, like, there won't be a follow-up to this. Like, if she knows she doesn't have it in her to bounce back once again, to respond all over again, because Remy will come back, and she will come back hard, she needs to slip it in there, just as a little FYI. By the way, disclaimer, like, You getting one, and that's all y'all getting. I don't care what Remy has to say after this. I'm not concerned. I'm going back to doing my thing. Just like Drake said, I don't want to hear about this ever again. Not even when she tell you that y'all better as friends. Like, he put it in the song. Like, basically, I don't want to go through this again. Like, you've gotten me out of my element. You've broke me down to the point where I'm actually acknowledging your foolishness, Meek Mill. I will respond. And I'm shutting it down after this. Like, we're not doing this anymore. And Meek at least was smart enough not to keep going at him for the most part. There was some other stuff that happened. But in terms of songs, like, he kind of just faded out after that. So Nicki needs to make that abundantly clear that this is the one and only diss track you're going to hear from me, unless she thinks she got it in her to do it again and do it a third time. And whew, I don't know, child. This is just going to be a mess. But that's my advice for her. If she can pull that off, she can go into her zone. She can, ask God for help. If she could get Drake or Sapphire or somebody to hop in the studio real quick, nobody needs to know. It could be low key, even if they're just helping with a line here or there. At the end of the day, it's like, it doesn't even matter if she has a ghostwriter or not, because Remy already kind of talked about that anyway. So, and it's like, we all know she has a ghostwriter. It's not as bad as Meek Mill. Or I'm sorry, not as bad as Drake, but she does have her share of ghostwriting that she gets help with. But in this case, it really doesn't matter. We just need the response, and we need to hear it in her voice, and it needs to be dropped ASAP. That's it. And if she can do that, maybe her career and her reputation can survive, can be maintained, can be managed to a certain level where it's like, oh, remember that crazy beef when Remy bodied Nicki, blah, blah, but Nicki came back. Oh, it was crazy. But then Remy came back again. But Nicki was, at least it will help her. It will help in the long run. It will go a long way. Maybe more than she thinks. Because if she just doesn't respond at all, I'm sorry. It's just the cop-out route. It's the bitch route to take. It's the punk thing to do or not do. And I just don't think it will serve her well at all. If she just decides to, I'm just going to rise above this, and I don't have time for this petty cattiness, and I'm out here making my millions. I don't have time to talk to the birds or whatever nonsense she's gonna try to spin off of. It's just gonna sound whack no matter how you try to do it, Nicki. You just need to respond. I know it sucks because it's a lot of pressure, but you got yourself into this situation, so you gotta dig yourself out of it. I love you, Nicki. I'm praying for you. I'm hoping for the best, because you are really going to need it. Like, for real.